This is Fox 9 News at 9.
Hey, good evening. We start with a look ahead at what's happening at Timberline High School in Boise tomorrow. Some students plan to walk out of class to show support for a suspended teacher.
Now, there's a senior at Timberline High School that's organizing this walkout. It's expected to happen at noon tomorrow and will go through the end of the school day. Angela Kerndl has more.
Here at Timberline High School, some students are planning to leave the classroom. Several students first told the Idaho Press their assault claims were met with inaction from Boise School District administrators. Timberline teacher Laura Bolton was recently suspended from the school. She says her suspension started after helping a student file a mandatory report of sexual assault. Bolton saying she's helped several students.
My claims on behalf of these innocent children were not investigated in a way, nor followed through in a manner which protected them.
The school district says Bolton's leave is not related to any allegations or reports. Jackson Moore, a senior at Timberline, organizing a student walkout Thursday at noon to support his former teacher, Mrs. Bolton.
To protest against the injustices towards the youth, we are stronger as one, so this will not just be a Timberline walkout, this will be a Idaho walkout to all schools, and I urge you to try to attend. We can make a change for the betterment of the youth if we just all stand together.
He expects at least a few dozen students at his school to walk out. His older sister told the Idaho Press she was assaulted in the hallway at Timberline and that a school administrator later defended the boy and another discounted the incident as roughhousing. District spokesperson Dan Holler saying they take all reports of sexual harassment or assault seriously and investigate such claims thoroughly. As for the walkout, Holler said they recognize the right of students to demonstrate per the district's freedom of expression and assembly policy. Absences with parents' approval will be considered excused. In order for an absence to be excused, parents need to contact their student's high school's attendance office. School will continue to operate normally, and district administrators say students who participate are expected to return to school after the walkout is over.
Now, today we reached out to every school board member along with the superintendent asking them for comment. All of them said, we're referring all inquiries to our spokesperson. Now, the district encourages any student who's been the victim of sexual harassment or sexual assault to say something, to do something, whether it was on campus or not. Report it.
In Caldwell, 4 teenagers face charges. Others may soon be charged, too, after a fight involving 15 or 20. Police think their arrival actually saved those teens from being hurt. No one was hurt, but one of them did have a gun, they say. Police think it's a gang fight. It happened at Brothers Park around 3:30. Napa's Mission Aviation Fellowship dedicating an airplane for humanitarian aid in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The 2008 Cessna Grand Caravan only has 185 hours of flight time, and it's worth $2 million. The previous owner selling it to MAF for just $600,000. With the specifically manned to be used in the Congo. It'll help with medical evacuations and supplies, Bible translation work, and disaster response. The plane will be in Congo by the end of the year. That word's been hard for me every time I've talked about this.
Well, President Trump left the New York courtroom where his civil fraud trial is underway, and he was not happy that he was there instead of on the campaign trail.
I'm here, stuck here, and I can't come to you. I'd rather be right now in Iowa. I'd rather be in New Hampshire, or South Carolina, or Ohio, or a lot of other places, but I'm stuck here because I have a corrupt attorney general.
I apologize for the camera work there. Afterwards, he flew back to Mar-a-Lago, and then he will get back on the campaign trail, as he mentioned, in Iowa this weekend. Now, as he defends his business empire in court, Forbes dropped Trump from the Forbes 400. That's their list of the richest Americans. Trump's net worth has dropped by 19%, primarily for 2 reasons. First, his office buildings have lost value, and second, because of the continual financial drain of Truth Social. So who will be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives? Republican Kevin McCarthy, you know, was ousted by a small group from his own party over the weekend.
It only took 8 of them voting with all Democrats to vacate the seat for the first time. Sinclair's chief political correspondent Scott Thuman explains what's next.
Don't let the peaceful look of the Capitol's exterior fool you. Inside, the rampant uncertainty and infighting portends of more turbulence as Republicans look for a new House Speaker after the historic ousting of Kevin McCarthy.
Kevin McCarthy was a feature of the swamp, and really we just needed to rip off the Band-Aid. We needed a new fresh start with a commitment to fiscal discipline.
Matt Gaetz may have orchestrated the move, but can't guarantee improvements to fix the laundry list of complaints by his hardline faction of 8 conservatives.
We got $33 trillion in national debt. We got an open border. We got a depleted military. We want to get it right with the best speaker that we can put forth.
Colossal challenges that a new speaker can't readily resolve, especially if they threaten to take away the gavel again.
These 8, this fringe group, they need to get 100% of what they want, or else they get nothing, which is kind of really counterproductive. And so I don't think they're true Republicans. Every once in a while, you have to compromise.
Less than 6 weeks away from the next potential government shutdown should a spending bill not be approved. And now Republicans critical of those who forced McCarthy out, eyeing retaliation.
They need to lose their committee assignments, and there needs to be consideration as to whether or not they're even part of the conference. You had a handful of people for petty personal reasons who decided that their interests mattered more than the country. And I think it's disgusting.
Among those mentioned as possibly the next speaker, Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Jim Jordan of Ohio, Minnesota's Tom Emmer, and Kevin Hern of Oklahoma. Although plenty may pass, aware of the risk that comes with that job. On Capitol Hill, I'm Scott Thuman.
Now, polling shows people deeply dissatisfied with the way Washington works. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins explains.
The House left without a speaker after Congress voted to oust Kevin McCarthy.
The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
8 Republicans fed up with his leadership say their vote on Tuesday is what the American people elected them to do.
I'm speaking for all of the voices in South Carolina, all the voices across the country that are equally frustrated with Washington being not accountable for anything or any decision or any spending that they do.
McCarthy's removal comes as recent polling shows Americans' views on politics and politicians are unrelentingly negative. The Pew Research Center finding 6 in 10 have not too much or no confidence in the future of the U.S. political system. When pollsters asked for one word to describe the current state of politics, the top responses included corrupt, dysfunctional, broken, and chaos.
Republicans who pushed the gavel out of McCarthy's hand argue they're on a mission to fix the way Washington operates.
A lot of my fellow Republicans are really angry and upset and politically frustrated that we're forcing them to do the work of governing.
This dissatisfaction with D.C. fueled the Tea Party movement in 2009 and 2010.
We just want people to listen to the people.
And helped pave Donald Trump's path to the White House in 2016.
When we win on November 8th, we are going to drain the swamp.
The extent of any such grassroots movement spurring the current unrest among some Republicans is still coming into focus. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
The Biden administration approving $9 billion worth of student loan forgiveness for 125,000 people. Some of them have worked in public service, have disabilities, or are enrolled in income-driven repayment plans.
Still, many other grads with student loans are resuming their payments this month.
Yeah, and a BYU student came up with an online calculator to help them through college loans. Christina Flores with our sister station in Salt Lake City shows it to you.
All over the U.S., college grads with government-funded student loans will start making payments again, or for the first time since the pandemic.
That's going to be over 33 million borrowers entering repayment at the same time. That's never happened before.
Anthony Jones is head of scholarships and financial aid at the University of Utah.
There are borrowers who say, they're concerned that they aren't ready to pay $450, $500 or more a month.
According to the Utah System of Higher Education, 320,000 Utahns have federal college loan debt, totaling $10.5 billion. It's not clear, though, how many of those borrowers can afford their payments right now. Levi Wilson is a senior at BYU. He has no college loans, but he worries for his fellow students who cannot afford loan payments in this economy.
They're going to have to spend a larger portion of their monthly paycheck each month to pay for their loan repayment because maybe they didn't get a good enough job or maybe they got laid off during the pandemic.
Levi runs a startup that's developed an app called Gradually.io. It's free right now, and it helps students determine how much to borrow for college.
Our mission is for students to make better financial decisions and understand the return on investment that they get from a college education.
Gradually.io helps students calculate the right loan amount.
So this line right here, you don't want it to go over the red line.
Based on the cost of college and their own expenses and their future salary, which determines their ability to pay off the loan after graduation.
I hope they avoid taking out too much in student loan debt.
He says many graduates don't calculate or set a budget. They overborrow and then are overwhelmed.
Because a larger portion of their paycheck is going to go to their student loan repayment, that's going to affect how they buy in a house, which is already hard as it is in this climate. Getting a car, maybe investing, saving.
Levi says on the flip side, there's a lot of negative talk about college loans these days.
I completely disagree. Student loan debt is a great tool for students in order to get a good asset, which is their education.
He encourages students to seek advice before they borrow for college.
We really want these students to get a degree. However, they need to make the right financial decision and get a degree from a university that provides them with a good return on investment.
75,000 healthcare workers have walked off the job at Kaiser Permanente Health System.
Yeah, it's in protest to what they call low wages and tough working conditions. Fox News correspondent Mark Meredith has more from the picket lines in Springfield, Virginia.
It's the biggest healthcare worker strike in American history. More than 75,000 employees of the Kaiser Permanente healthcare system walking off the job Wednesday in a move that will impact millions of Americans coast to coast. Union organizers tell Fox their demands are simple. They want more money and more help doing their jobs. And while this is not expected to last as long as the recent auto worker strike, employees say they have no plans to give up anytime soon.
We are the frontline healthcare workers, and we're the ones to address those needs, and Kaiser executives are refusing to hear us. Our patients hear us. Our patients see.
Kaiser Permanente says it too is trying to stay afloat as inflation squeezes their bottom line, but the company says it will continue to negotiate in good faith, writing in part, quote, "We remain committed to reaching a new agreement that continues to provide our employees with market-leading wages." But the union says that's not happening, claiming Kaiser Permanente is unwilling to move on some of the most important issues like wages, leaving them no choice but to hit the picket lines.
I will not quit. I will continue to fight, and we will continue to strike until Kaiser comes to the table and bargain in good faith.
Kaiser hospitals and emergency rooms are still open, but some procedures and labs or x-ray results are going to be delayed.
Well, the storm track has undoubtedly shifted well to the east of us. They're still seeing some rain out there across Montana and Wyoming, but we are bone dry, at least for now. That 7-day forecast is coming up next.
Before that, we're going to introduce you to the Treasure Valley Roller Derby team.
The Buckhorn Gun Shop in Boise is buying firearms of all kinds. Visit them today.
America's favorite word puzzle has come to life. From the pages of People magazine.
He wants to suck your blood.
Dracula. For everyday people.
Trendy, brunch-loving millennial, often bearded.
Oh dear, that would be my son. He's a hipster.
Leah Remini hosts People Puzzler, all new this fall.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Fred Meyer, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
We're turning up the savings at DeMeyer Furniture and Mattresses 54th Birthday Bash. Discover Idaho's largest in-stock furniture selection with choices to beautify every corner of your home. We sell better sleep, and we sell it for less. DeMeyer Furniture and Mattress is proud to be the Northwest's preferred Tempur-Pedic dealer. Buy now. Pick it up today at our Easy In, Easy Out distribution center, or opt for our deluxe white glove delivery service. It's DeMeyer Furniture and Mattresses 54th Birthday Bash. Your savings party starts now.
What do we have here?
I was hit by a semi.
For your headache.
Don't accept that small check.
We'll make sure that you get the help you deserve.
One call, that's 208-999-9999.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
At Fred Meyer, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
You're watching Fox 9 News at 9.
So we've got a Treasure Valley roller derby team, and they're gearing up for a big matchup this weekend.
Sophia Dumani is at Treasure Valley Skate and introduces us to team members who she says hit hard but have big hearts.
Today, the Treasure Valley roller derby team is teaching me the basics, like how to stop and what it takes to be a part of this elite group of rough and tough skaters.
There's a lot we have to do before we can hit the rink.
Oh, no, it's like need help.
The rest of the team got ready much quicker than I did. And CBS 2's chief photographer, Clint Richards, who shot most of this story on a Segway, I might add, got to meet with some of the team while I geared up.
Skate name?
Beatloaf.
Killer Queen.
Babe Ruthless.
Hailstorm.
Chaos.
I'm Riot. Right at ya.
My name's Megahertz.
Okay, so Clint, I thought of my skate name.
What?
The Dude Monster.
Why the Do Monster?
What do you mean, why? Because it's a great name.
Once my helmet was on, it was time to skate. The first thing we did was learn the proper way to fall.
So, oh no, I got hit. Okay, I got hit. I'm like scared to fall.
See? It quickly became apparent to me that everything these ladies do is harder than it looks, but they all have such a passion for it.
It just creates a big air of family, and it's a great community to be a part of.
Seems pretty violent.
Okay. Only sometimes. Only when it needs to be.
Roller derby is centered around a jammer who wears a helmet with a star on it. It's her job to try to score points by getting past the blockers, which is where the big hits come in.
There's been tournaments that we've played in that us jammers will rotate through an ice bath in the motel hotel just to try to negate some of the swelling and bruising and everything. It's very superficial and you shake it off.
To these ladies, the hits are worth it because it's so much more than just a game to them.
Each of these people out here means so much to me. We put our heart and soul into this league, and I love skating with these people. I feel like I found a family here.
The Treasure Valley Roller Derby family is a nonprofit. Skaters pay membership dues monthly to fund their events.
It's just one of the most valuable experiences I've had in my life, and I really love this league.
If you'd like to support the Derby team, they're always looking for donations, new places to practice, and of course, for people to come watch them do what they love.
3, 1, 2, 3, TGR!
In Boise, I'm Sophia Dumani reporting.
Sophia's always having the best time, isn't she? She's just always just out and about having a great time. Folks, what a beautiful night we're seeing right now here across all of western Idaho. Live shot from Tamarack. You can see the stars are shining bright. It's just perfect out there. The temperature readings that we had today around the region, Boise was 70, which was just below the average. Caldwell was 71. Mountain Home was 69. Ontario was in the 70s, and McCall was at 61 degrees. Just a perfect day. And the temperature readings are going to be gradually getting a little bit warmer, especially as we approach the weekend, because the high pressure that's sitting on top of us is going to intensify. So tomorrow we'll nudge it up a couple of degrees and go to 74. Nothing but blue skies and sunshine that I could see easily through the weekend. Then the models are showing what could be another trough headed this way around the 1st of next week. And if that happens, then we'll probably introduce some cool air back into the region, and we'll also see the potential for showers. But for right now, what you see is what we're going to get, and that is bone dry air that's in place across the entire state. And that high pressure is going to build and get stronger, and that's what's going to trigger the really nice warming trend that we're going to have over the next few days. So here's the forecast, first of all, for Long Valley. High temperatures tomorrow, McCall hitting 67. Now temperatures up there tonight will drop down into the freezing zone, getting very close to that. The lower Treasure Valley will see temperature readings of 78 degrees in Weiser, Ontario. Same goes there. I mean, just really a uniform air mass. There's no reason to think that there's going to be much variability in the atmosphere at all. Overnight lows tonight in the 40s, and we're going to be seeing Boise with a high of 74. Same goes for Eagle, same goes for Meridian, and same goes for Idaho City. You get the idea. Kind of a nice and just a really stationary weather pattern through the weekend with the sunshine, but the temperatures this weekend, Saturday hitting 80, Sunday hitting 81, and on Monday 80 degrees. We'll keep it warm ahead of what could be an approaching trough of low pressure that moves in on Tuesday, and if it does, it will bring the potential for showers. For the mountains also, overnight lows 30s continuing through the end of the week, with highs this weekend hitting the 70s. Get out there and enjoy that sunshine, because the showers could return next week.
Many frogs, salamanders, and other amphibians are at risk of disappearing. A global assessment finds extinction possible for 41% of amphibian species. Scientists study right now. That's up from 39% in 2004. The biggest threat to them, the loss of habitat. But climate change is becoming a big one too. Amphibians are especially vulnerable to environmental changes because of their delicate skin. Doc Antle getting a suspended 2-year sentence for wildlife trafficking. He's an animal trainer. You probably recognize him from the Netflix series Tiger King. A jury convicting him in June. He could have gotten 20 years in prison for illegally buying endangered lion cubs in Virginia for his South Carolina zoo. He can't own or deal exotic wild animals in Virginia for 5 years.
Mortgage rates inching higher, and more than 120,000 borrowers see their student loans forgiven. I'm Atra El-Nashar with your top economic headlines coming up.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep.
With innovative memory foam developed by NASA, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer,
Which means less tossing and turning so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any qualifying Tempur-Pedic. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Denver Mattress today, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Hi, I'm Heidi Van Giffen, denturist at First Class Dentures, where our goal is to provide superior quality dentures with an exceptional patient experience. We have the newest technology, and our state-of-the-art digital denture system with an on-site milling machine fabricates a denture or partial that fits precisely for the most comfortable dentures you can get. Find out more at firstclassdentures.com or call 208-DENTURE and experience first-class care at First Class Dentures.
Hello, I'm Bob. Welcome to Heritage Reflections. All of our furniture is Amish made, as unto God, using only the best woods, stains, and hardware. Whether you prefer rustic, or modern, or pedestal, or trestle, or legs. Choose from over 300 tables, 8 hardwoods, and 30 stains. It's time to invest in furniture that holds its value and will last for generations. Heritage Reflections on Eagle Road, south of Overland.
There's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. And checking your credit score or bank statements may not be enough to alert you. That's because identity threats appear in more places than you realize. Identity thieves can use your information to open loans, transfer home titles, even commit crimes.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name.
LifeLock monitors for threats to your identity, including ones you may miss, and alerts you if there's an issue. And if you're a victim, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you.
All plans backed by LifeLock's $1 million protection package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I know LifeLock has me covered.
LifeLock, identity theft protection starts here. Call the number on your screen or visit lifelock.com/25now and use promo code 25now to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
In a house divided, 2 brothers battle for domestic supremacy.
If you're not willing to acknowledge me as an equal member of this household, I can't live here anymore.
Bye-bye. 2.5 men.
On Fox 9. Extended weather on Fox 9 Now is sponsored by Edge Performance and Can-Am.
You're watching Fox 9 News at 9.
The Army overhauling its recruitment tactics, trying to reverse the years of enlistment shortfalls.
Yeah, last year the Army fell 15,000 short of its enlistment goal of 60,000. The shortfall is due in part to a tight job market as the Army tries to compete with higher paying jobs in the private sector. The COVID pandemic didn't help either. It shut down access to high schools and public events typically used for recruiting. So the new model will look more like private companies, with the Army creating a new Department of Professional Recruiters. This change expected to take several years.
The CDC won't hand out any more COVID-19 vaccination cards. Those help the government keep track of doses and give the people getting the shots proof of vaccination for big events and international travel. But now no more requirements of proof when coming into the country. If you do want your full vaccination record, you can get a digital or paper copy from the State Health Department Immunization Information System.
Coming up, shoplifting numbers are rising across the country. We'll show you the impact locally.
You know, we could finish the basement into an exercise room.
Yeah, but is it really the best time to be spending money on a renovation?
Care to help?
I'd say, based on our last conversation, a little renovation might be good to go, Tina.
You got this! Thank you, Ellen! You're welcome, Frank!
I was talking about the renovation.
She knows.
I know.
You got this!
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
To show you the power of the strongest duct tape on the planet, we took 1 steel bar plus 700 pounds of dead weight versus a single loop of T-Rex brute force duct tape. Only one will survive this deadlift unscathed. Thanks to the unyielding strength of Forge Link technology, brute force is too strong to be torn by hand and can hold more than 700 pounds. Bite hard with a new breed from the makers of T-Rex tape. Brute force, the absolute strongest duct tape.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
208-999-9999.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, carefully knead dough. Step 2, artfully spread sauce. Step 3, add fresh mozzarella and assemble toppings. Step 4, realize we already did all that for you, so all you have to do is bake it. Right now, get the Murphy's Combo Pizza with salami, pepperoni, Italian sausage, mushrooms, and black olives for just $12.99. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
We are CHF Home Furnishings, ranked 15th in the nation among premier furniture stores. Furnishing homes is more than our livelihood. It's our past, our future, our passion. Luxurious styles and designs, modern appliances, and an expansive mattress gallery. Like a beautiful work of art? We'll sign our name on it. Come see why CHF Home Furnishings is ranked 15th in the nation.
Boise Valley Asthma and Allergy, serving the Treasure Valley for over 30 years.
You're watching Fox 9 News at 9.
Welcome back. Shoplifting costs Boise businesses tens of thousands of dollars every year.
And we asked the Boise police how often it happens here, shoplifting. Well, take a look. In 2020, 719 reports of shoplifting. A year later, 475. Looks like we don't have that look for you, so I'll just tell you. But this year, it's 356. Now, all of this is from January through August of these years. Now, even with the number this year being about half of what it was in 2020, it's still, here they are, a really costly problem for our local businesses.
It happens very frequently. We get reports every single day, and truly we don't get reports every single day from retailers, and so it's probably happening in every single business on a very frequent basis.
The shoplifting also costs cops. They have to dedicate resources, time, people preventing it, investigating the cases. Here's how you can lighten that load.
When we are buying stuff, looking at stuff online, be aware of the prices. If there's things that are too good to be true, like say that item that is normally $100 in the store is for sale for $50, there might be a reason because of that, because oftentimes when they steal these items, they steal the exact same items that are high theft in the store.
Hire someone to, it cuts down on loss, but at a cost. A lot of smaller businesses just rely on cameras, which again puts the responsibility on police.
Outside of Portland last night, a plane crashed through the roof of a house. It happened in Newburgh, just 25 miles southwest of Portland. A man who lives there said he saw something falling from the sky and he shot this video. 3 people were on board the plane, 2 died, and the 3rd went to the hospital with serious injuries. Several people were also inside the home when the crash happened, but all of them escaped unhurt.
Another $9 billion in student debt relief for borrowers with disabilities.
Yeah, those who participated in public service programs and some whose payments for at least, have made payments rather, for at least 20 years. But that is a relatively small group. About 40 million borrowers this month are resuming their loan payments. And economists are watching how that will impact the overall economy. National correspondent Atra Elnashah reports.
Good afternoon.
President Biden taking another step toward his promise of giving Americans with student loan debt some breathing room.
While a college degree is still the ticket to a better life, that ticket has become excessively expensive.
To date, the administration's approved debt cancellation for 3.6 million Americans, but tens of millions more have payments due this month.
When I graduate in December, I'm gonna have to pay it back in 10, 15 years.
The president and his re-election campaign are no doubt aware of economic headwinds Americans are facing, out with this new ad.
He knows what life is like for working people and knows middle-class life is too expensive right now. That's why he's passing laws to lower costs.
Perhaps an attempt to repair voters' opinions of his handling of the economy, on display in polls like this one from Gallup showing voters prefer Republicans on economic issues. Data out this week showing signs of slowdown coming from multiple directions. Fewer Americans are buying homes. Mortgage applications just dropped to the lowest level since 1996, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, coinciding with rising mortgage rates. Last week, the average for a 30-year fixed hit the highest level in almost 23 years at 7.31%, according to Freddie Mac. Nerves are shaky on Wall Street as investors wonder how long the economy can hold up against high interest rates. Stocks Wednesday making up some of the losses seen Tuesday when the Dow fell 430 points. Encouraged by ADP's payroll report showing the private sector added only 89,000 jobs in September, less than half of what was seen in August. With annual pay up 5.9% for people who've stayed at their job, 12 months ago, that figure was 7.8%. Two potential shifts in the labor market that could take pressure off inflation. The next big economic indicator comes Friday morning with the release of the monthly jobs report. It's expected to show 170,000 jobs added in September, which would be 17,000 fewer than were added in August. In Washington, I'm Atrel Nashar.
New warnings about scams with this happening too. Nearly 27 million borrowers with federal student loan debt. That's $1.1 trillion, and they all face repayment through this. Government agencies and nonprofit groups say scammers are targeting these people, of course, asking for personal information or for fees for a fake service. Here's one of the robocalls.
Press 1 now to see if you are eligible to get your loans completely forgiven. This recent announcement could potentially eliminate 100% of your federal student debt.
To avoid being scammed by things like this, the FTC says don't give out any personal information like your federal student aid login ID. Don't trust anyone promising debt relief, even if they say they're with the Department of Education, or if they ask for upfront payments. No. You can manage your own paperwork on the federal student aid website for free. When eating out, leaving a 15% tip is normal. Leaving a 20% tip, that's for great service, right? But suggestions on restaurant bills are now showing 22%, 25%, even 30% calculations. Jonathan Seri explains why.
You can thank or blame the pandemic. It had a huge impact on how we look at tipping. Restaurants became essential services, but tipping expanded beyond wait staff to include workers who came to our homes to deliver packages or repair our appliances.
It became a combat pay, and it was much more frequent for anybody that had public contact.
You've probably noticed tipflation. Many touchscreens suggest tips as high as 25, even 30%.
I definitely am between like 20 and 25 is my average amount that I tip, and I can't get swayed to go to like 25 or even higher if someone is like offering great service.
It's a reason for us maybe not to go into a restaurant because, I mean, you have to pay taxes and these high tips.
I just tip the same, like 20% generally.
During the pandemic, some restaurants added a service charge to protect and retain employees, but an owner and server from separate restaurants tell me in the U.S., tip included gets mixed reviews.
After pandemic, we heard loud and clear from customers that they like the freedom of choice. They don't like to be told the mandate how much it should be.
Without tipping culture, or without this idea of tipping, then yeah, sure, maybe I'm guaranteed more money, but maybe I'm also guaranteed less customers. You never know.
Restaurant servers I spoke with say a 20% tip is the gold standard. Anything more is not expected, but appreciated if you want to reward someone who goes above and beyond. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
Food insecurity on college campuses. A look at the numbers and why it's more common than you may think.
KNIN Fox 9, sponsored in part by Overhead Door Company of Southwestern Idaho.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
It's a new mattress bargain hunter's dream sale at the new location of Easy Chair Plus and Mattress. The warehouse has been cleared out and prices have been slashed. Choose from Serta, King Coil, Personal Comfort Number Bed, and more. You'll even get free pillows with your new mattress. Easy Chair Plus and Mattress is located between Cole and Curtis at 6513 Eustick Road. Store hours are 11 to 5, Monday through Saturday. Get a new now visit the new location of Easy Chair Plus and Mattress at 6513 Eustick Road, Boise.
Valleywide is offering the newest technology in patio covers. Adjustable pergolas provide shade when you want it and direct natural sunlight when you want to warm up your space. Snow, rain, or shine, elevate your outdoor experience with the patio cover by Valleywide Patio and Fence.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
You're watching Fox 9 News at 9.
In this economy, a lot of college students face food insecurity. Some call it an invisible epidemic.
The National Desk's Angela Brown explains why this issue is flying under the radar.
When most people think of college, dorm food and the freshman 15 comes to mind, but reality may be different. Rada Mathia, CEO of the Capital Area Food Bank.
Now the college student is often an adult, someone who is, 20 plus years.
The Aspen Institute hosting a discussion on food insecurity on college campuses. Corby Comer is the executive director of Food and Society.
The skyrocketing cost of a college education, coupled with inflation and insufficient student aid packages that often exclude funds for living expenses, are contributing to a rampant hunger crisis on campuses.
The Washington Student Achievement Council releasing this report. The survey just under 10,000 college students across the state of Washington and found
2 out of 5 of the students responding to the survey are experienced in the prior 30 days of food insecurity. And that's using the measure of the USDA federal measure of food insecurity.
A new report just released in August by the Hope Center found that 22% of undergraduates and 12% of graduate students experience food insecurity. And a number of these college students are turning to food banks. Feeding America found that 129 food banks in their network are working to address hunger among college students. Reporting in Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Brown.
It's not just pumpkin spice season, it's haunted house season, and we're taking you inside Requiem Haunted House in Caldwell. Here's a sneak peek. The screams give it away, but a heads up, this year's is pretty gory. It's not free if you're squeamish. It's on Main Street. It opens on Friday. Tickets are $15 to $20. The haunted houses are your thing, though. You'll like this one, we're told. We've got a lot more pictures and sneak peek for you coming up, hopefully, throughout the season.
Clear skies over the Treasure Valley tonight. Temperatures are going to be nice and cool. And now we've got high pressure that I think is going to stick around and possibly through the weekend. More on that in just a couple of minutes.
And before that, Youth Mental Health, a program helping kids come together to support each other.
Closed captioning for the news sponsored by the Joint Chiropractic.
We all want to make sure Boise stays a place where working families can make a home.
When the top issue in Boise is housing.
In the Boise mayor's race, Mike Masterson has been doing a lot of complaining. On the other hand, Mayor McLean has delivered big wins on housing. Now she's leading a plan
to build 1,000 new homes in Boise. And that is why Carpenter's Local 635
is proud to endorse Lauren McLean for mayor.
We're turning up the savings at DeMeyer Furniture and Mattresses 54th Birthday Bash. Discover Idaho's largest in-stock furniture selection with choices to beautify every corner of your home. We sell better sleep, and we sell it for less. DeMeyer Furniture and Mattress is proud to be the Northwest's preferred Tempur-Pedic dealer. Buy now. Pick it up today at our Easy In, Easy Out distribution center, or opt for our deluxe white glove delivery service. It's DeMeyer Furniture and Mattresses 54th Birthday Bash. Your savings party starts now.
To show you the power of the strongest duct tape on the planet, we took one steel bar plus 700 pounds of dead weight versus a single loop of T-Rex brute force duct tape. Only one will survive this deadlift unscathed. Thanks to the unyielding strength of Forge Link technology, brute force is too strong to be torn by hand and can hold more than 700 pounds. Bite hard with a new breed from the makers of T-Rex tape. Brute force, the absolute strongest duct tape.
We're trying to promote the Descendants of Doom tour, you know, trying to make everybody look kind of metal and, you know.
Menacing, menacing.
They just got covered by Delta Dental and the nation's largest network of dentists, so they kind of can't stop smiling.
They need to look more metal, and they don't look metal. What do we do?
Pop off a few more, see what we get.
Give me some metal. All right, yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Delta Dental!
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. At Furniture Row, we stock furniture that's value priced, built to last, and looks fabulous. And during the epic fall sale, everything is on sale. Like the Cascade sofa for only $3.99, the Champagne dining group only $4.99, the Redondo bed now just $2.99, and the Summit Queen for only $332.49. Plus 4 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The epic fall sale, on now at Furniture Row.
You're watching Fox 9 News at 9.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A hazy start to the day in Washington. Rowing teams on the Potomac River and planes departing Reagan National Airport had to contend with low visibility until it broke around 8 a.m. Thick fog blanketed some Tennessee valleys in the Blue Ridge Mountains this morning, but from this view, you get the benefit of seeing the mountain sunrise along with shining crepuscular rays.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on Instagram.
If you know a young person struggling with a mental health concern, there's an app for that.
Yeah, medical reporter Liz Bonus shows us how it connects teens to peer support.
Hey everybody, our kids are still in crisis since the pandemic, according to mental health specialists. So many now suggesting they get connected through peer programs to others feeling similar struggles.
Yeah, when I get in front of people, my anxiety goes through the roof.
Raquel Johnson, who's 11, knows those struggles. We recently met up with her at this mental health resource fair at her Ohio school. Her school focuses on the performing arts. Dr. Angela Glimp, the CEO of Peer Health Exchange.
We are a near-peer health equity organization that seeks to provide health information and tools to adolescents across the country.
Says peer support programs help young people struggling with mental health concerns.
By really finding that trusted person with whom they can identify, see themselves, and have shared experience.
And now, of course, there's an app for that. As this video provided by Peer Health Exchange shows, it was created by young people for young people during the pandemic.
And we work with these young people to co-develop selfsee.org, which is a web app that is free and available 24/7, with the target audience being young people between the ages of 13 and 19.
The hope is that finding even a digital connection when you're feeling alone or anxious. So what does that feel like in your body?
Well, it feels like I'm going to be sick.
Might help you know you're not alone. There are others waiting to help. Remember, however, if you do need urgent intervention, you can text or call 988 for immediate assistance. A mental health provider in your area will connect with you 24/7. I'm medical reporter Liz Bonus. Back to you.
Pope Francis warning about climate change now. His official declaration says the effects are already irreversible and devastating to humanity. He blames big industries and world leaders. The pontiff also calling out climate change deniers, saying despite all attempts to deny, conceal, gloss over, or relativize the issue, the signs of climate change are here and increasingly evident. It's time for your fish and game forecasts now for you anglers before your weather forecast. In the fall, flounders depart the shallow coastal estuaries when the first cold snap hits to head offshore for spawning. They stay in the water as deep as 200 feet during the winter before returning in the spring. During and just before the fall migration, you may have some fabulous fishing at choke points. I don't know what any of this means. I don't fish. Fish in deep passes, lakes, coves, inlets, river mouths, that kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know.
That was the most relevant story of the day right there. I didn't know that. You taught me something. I'm going to show you folks what happened this morning up in beautiful Stanley with the Sawtooth Mountains. Did you see that fog? That fog gave way to sunshine. So some areas, we had some patchy fog also in parts of the valley this morning, and that fog could be there once again tomorrow as we have clear skies and the temperatures drop down, hit the dew point. We can see very easily the formation of some fog. So the temperatures today, just a little bit below the average of 72, but from this point on, the temperatures are now going to start warming up significantly. High pressure has returned. Nothing but sunshine this weekend and through the week. That slow warming trend, and then we have the potential of seeing showers coming back into the forecast around the first of next week. So there, my friends, is the bone dry air that's impacting much of the Northwest, the Great Basin, and that's what's going to guarantee the sunshine. And it's all being driven by the massive high pressure ridge that's coming in off the Pacific Ocean, and with that will come the warming trend as well. So the 7-day forecast for the Treasure Valley looks like this. We'll have the sunshine holding on to the entire region through Sunday. Very dry conditions, pleasantly warm, with a chance of showers next week.
Hello, I'm Bob. Welcome to Heritage Reflections. All of our furniture is Amish made, as unto God, using only the best woods, stains, and hardware. Whether you prefer rustic, or modern, or pedestal, or trestle, or legs. Choose from over 300 tables, 8 hardwoods, and 30 stains. It's time to invest in furniture that holds its value and will last for generations. Heritage Reflections on Eagle Road, south of Overland.
There's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. And checking your credit score or bank statements may not be enough to alert you. That's because identity threats appear in more places than you realize. Identity thieves can use your information to open loans, transfer home titles, even commit crimes.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name.
LifeLock monitors for threats to your identity, including ones you may miss, and alerts you if there's an issue. And if you're a victim, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you.
All plans backed by LifeLock's $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I know LifeLock has me covered.
LifeLock, identity theft protection starts here. Call the number on your screen or visit lifelock.com/25now and use promo code 25now to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
You may not think of yourself as an athlete, but you do athletic feats. You swing, you block, you rush, you drive, you lift, you flip, and you tackle. So whether you're an athlete or not, The Joint Chiropractic can help keep you on the active list. The Joint Chiropractic. Don't do pain, do you. Visit today and get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29.
Weeknights, go fishing with me.
How they biting?
Terrible. Couldn't catch a thing all morning.
Catch the laugh.
Come see what I caught!
on Andy Griffith and the Beverly Hillbillies.
On MeTV Channel 9.2. Closed captioning for the news sponsored by the Joint Chiropractic.
You're watching Fox 9 News at 9.
There has been a lot of talk lately about the impact of AI on our daily lives.
JP Morgan Chase's CEO now predicts positive impacts on the workforce, but not everyone agrees. Here's Dee Gatton.
JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon expects AI to lead to a shortened work week and even an extended lifespan. Despite the optimism, some point out for some groups in particular, AI could have a negative impact.
Your children will live to 100 and not have cancer because of technology.
JP Morgan Chase's CEO sees AI not only improving health, but changing the workplace for the next generation.
Literally, they'll probably be working 3.5 days a week.
Senior scientist at Northeastern University's Institute for Experimental AI, Dr. Ram Hariharan, has been studying and using AI for longevity research. His viewpoint, like Jamie Dimon, appears more optimistic.
Provided we take enough safeguards so that the technology doesn't fall into wrong hands.
First, in the health realm.
All the different biochemical pathways in us and all the different proteins and genes. So which one of them, when you tweak them, will actually lead to less disease or will bring about an amelioration of the disease? So AI is great at that.
While he says the tech has the potential to spawn innovation like new ways to make drugs, other experts, like business professor at the University of the Incarnate Word, Dr. David Vequist, points to an increase in productivity, but also a potential disruption to the workplace.
There's been some indications that the number of women that will be displaced in their jobs due to generative AI will actually be higher than the number of men that are displaced. So that could be an interesting and unfortunate circumstance caused by AI in the near future.
Research from the University of North Carolina says overall 21% more women are exposed to AI automation than men, despite men outnumbering women in the workforce. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Dee Gatton.
Our next newscast on Fox 9 is coming up tomorrow morning at 7.
Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going over to CBS 2 for our news at 10.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy. We work hard, we deserve to scroll hard.
It's the Black Friday Early Savings Event. For a limited time, save 30% store-wide. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
Treasure Valley Dollar Loan Center is open for business, and the short-term lending game has officially changed. Bring us your current loan contracts, and Dollar Loan Center can help you pay them off, consolidate them, or at least show you how much you qualify for. Signature loans up to $5,000. No checking account or collateral required, and 0 prepayment penalties. Find us or apply online at don'tbebroke.com. It's free to apply, and your first loan is on us. Believe us when we say it is worth the drive.
All right, Torkelson, show me this video you've got. I want to hear exactly what customers are saying about Grover.
Take a look, sir. Staff is knowledgeable and friendly.
They go the extra mile.
I just love these guys.
That's it. We'll get our customers to say that sort of thing about our store.
But we don't have a friendly, knowledgeable staff like Grover, sir.
We'll fake it.
But boss, you can't fake a store like Grover.
But it wouldn't hurt to try.
Grover, a store like no other.
Welcome to City Buffet, featuring Chinese, Japanese, Mongolian, and American cuisine in one great location. Enjoy authentic fine dining with a great family-friendly atmosphere at the best buffet in town. City Buffet, you'll find something for everyone. Choose your favorite from one of our premier steak, seafood, Mongolian, and sushi dishes, or try something new. You just might find your next favorite. City Buffet open daily 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Located on 2102 Caldwell Boulevard next to the Real Theater in Nampa.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch, support in every direction.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy.
By sitting down.
And reclining back. Because we work hard and want to relax harder.
We, the lazy, are taking back lazy.
On our Lazy Boy furniture.
Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
I'm a firefighter and I will always be a firefighter.